Hello, dear children. Hope you are doing well. Today, we'll continue with the explanation of chapter The Boy Who Broke the Bank. So, till now, we've seen that Nathu, the sweeper boy who worked for a bank owned by Seth Govindram, was very much annoyed because he was not paid. He grumbled to himself while he swept the steps of the bank. By then, a washerman's son, Sitaram, appeared before him as he was out for the delivery of freshly pressed clothes. There he asked Nathu the reason for his annoyance, and Nathu complained that he didn't receive his regular pay from the bank. And he also said that he will quit the job as soon as he gets his money. Listening to this complaint, of Nathu, Sitaram wished him luck and assured him that he will help him find a job. While he delivered pressed clothes to the fourth house, he heard the woman of the house saying that it was very difficult to find a sweeper in order to sweep her courtyard. Then Sitaram recommended Nathu to her and told her that currently he was working with Seth Govindram's bank but was not paid there, and so he wanted to quit the job. Listening to this, the woman, in curiosity, asked why weren't they paying him. Sitaram shrugged and said maybe they were in short of money. Then the woman asked him to send Nathu to meet her when he was free. So now let's see what happened next. Sitaram, glad that he had been help to both a customer and his friend, hoisted his bag on his shoulders and went on his way. Here, hoisted means lifted. That means he lifted his bag, he raised his bag. So, after Sitaram recommended his friend for a new job to his customer, he felt happy that he helped both his customer also, as she needed a sweeper boy, and his friend also, who was in search of a new job. Then he lifted his bundle of pressed clothes on his shoulders and went on his way. Soon after, Mrs. Prakash set out for the bazaar to make her usual afternoon tour of the clothes shop. A large, shady tamarind tree grew near the clock tower. It was here that she found her friend, Mrs. Bhushan, sheltering from the heat. Here, sheltering means she was placed under protection, okay? After Sitaram left, Mrs. Prakash went out to the bazaar at the clothes shops, as she usually did every afternoon. While she was on her way, she found her friend Mrs. Bhushan protecting herself from heat under a large shady tamarind tree near the clock tower. Do you know, my dear, Mrs. Prakash said, that St. Govindram's bank can't even pay its employees. Only this morning I heard a complaint from their sweeper boy who hasn't received his pay for 2 months. As soon as Mrs. Prakash met her friend, Mrs. Bhushan, she started gossiping and asked her if she knew that Seth Govindram's bank was not able to pay even its employees, and told her that in the morning only she heard a complaint from the sweeper boy of the bank who didn't receive his pay for 2 months. See, children, she heard about the complaints from Sitaram, but here what did she say? That she heard it from Sweeper Boy himself. Okay, see how things are being conveyed here from one person to other. It's disgraceful, exclaimed Mrs. Bhushan. If they can't pay the sweeper, they must be in a bad way. None of the others can be getting paid either. Disgraceful means shameful, okay? So, listening to this, Mrs. Bhushan exclaimed and said it was a shame that Seth Govindram's bank was not able to pay to its sweeper and added that they must be in a very bad condition or they must be in a short of money, and also said that other employees also might not be getting paid. Mrs. Bhushan left Mrs. Prakash at the tamarind tree and went in search of her husband, who was found sitting uh, under the fan in Jugal Kishore's electrical goods shop, talking with the owner. So there you are, cried Mrs. Bhushan. I've been looking for you for nearly an hour. I don't know what's happening to this town. Did you know the bank is going bankrupt? So, after gossiping, now Mrs. Bhushan went in search of her husband, who was found sitting and talking with the owner under the fan in an electrical goods shop. There, she started giving the updates of the very fresh news she just heard and asked her husband if he knew that the bank was going bankrupt. What? What did you say? Said Mr. Jugal Kishore, sitting up suddenly. Which bank? Why, said Govindram's bank, of course. I hear they have stopped paying their employees no salary for over 3 months. Don't tell me you have an account with them, Mr. Kishore. Listening to this, Mr. Jugal Kishore, who was the owner of that electrical goods shop, asked in surprise and curiosity, what did she just say? And about which bank she was talking. Then Mrs. Bhushan replied, said Govindram's bank was going bankrupt. And she added that she heard that they had stopped paying their employees and the employees did not receive salary from 3 months. Children, you can see here how people are spicing a small news. The fact was that only Nathu did not receive his pay for nearly 2 months. But here, thanks to Mrs. Bhushan, who made the bank's condition even worse by herself, that it did not pay since 3 months and conveyed the news to others. Then she asked Mr. Kishore if he had an account with Seth Govindram's bank. No, but my neighbor has, he said, and he called out to the keeper of the barber shop next door. Faz Hussain, have you heard the latest? Seth Govindram's bank is about to collapse. You'd better take your money out while there is still time. A collapse means the to fall or the breakdown. Okay. Then Mr. Kishore replied that he did not have any account with that bank, but his neighbor had. And then he called Mr. Faz Hussain, who was the keeper of the barber shop next to his shop, and asked if he had heard about the latest news and suggested him that he should take his money out from Seth Govindram's bank as they were about to collapse. Faiz Hussain, who was cutting the hair of an elderly gentleman, was so startled. Here, startled means a sudden mild shock, or he was surprised that his hand shook. Shook is the past tense of shake. His hand shook and he nicked the customer's right ear. Nicked means a small cut or wound. The customers yelped with the pain and distress. The meaning of yelled is the customer cried or screamed. Okay? Pain because of the cut and distress because of the awful news he had just heard. With one side of his neck still unshorn, unshorn that means that it was still hairy, not completely cut. He leaped out of his chair and sped across the road to the general store where there was a telephone. Leaped out means he jumped out of his chair, and sped is the past tense of speed. Okay. He dialed Seth Govindram's number. The Seth was not at home. Where was he then? The Seth was holidaying in Kashmir. Oh, was that so? The elderly gentleman did not believe it. So, Faiz Hussain was working at a shop cutting hair of an elderly gentleman. After listening to the news, Mr. Hussain was so much surprised. He was shocked that his hand shook, and he made a small cut at his customer's right ear. The customer then screamed in pain and in distress. He felt pain because of the cut and was worried because of the unpleasant news he had just heard. And as soon as he heard that shocking news, he jumped off his chair without having a complete haircut and sped towards a general store, having a telephone to make a call to Seth Govindram. When he dialed Seth Govindram, he found that Seth was not at home. He was out for holiday in Kashmir, and this was hard for the elderly gentleman to believe. So, children, that's it for today. Hope the explanation is clear to you. We'll see what happened next in the upcoming video. Thank you.